Aloha, I'm Kumu Jeana Iwalani Naluai. I'm here at Ho'omana Spa on the island of Maui. Lomi Lomi is a traditional practice that was passed down from generation to generation within family lineages here in Hawaii. Lomi Lomi was always family work. There was always a practitioner in the village. They were your auntie, your uncle, your grandparent. They would have been someone who was chosen from a very young age to carry on the lineage teachings of the family. Sometimes they were even chosen before they were born. One of my teachers, Aunty Mahilani Poi Poi, her grandmother had a dream. And in that dream, she was told that there would be a child born into the family who was the Puna Hele. She was the chosen one to carry on the family genealogies, the family traditions, and the family's healing traditions. She was shown that the child would be revealed by certain circumstances. This baby would be born in the taro patch and would have markings on her body of the kauila, which is a lightning bolt, and also of the island of Maui. So when Aunty Mahilani's mother was pregnant and she was on her way to the midwife as she was in labor, she had to cross the taro patch to get to the midwife's house. She had the baby in the taro patch, and when the grandmother found out that a baby in the family had been birthed in the taro patch, she rushed to see the baby. She found the markings and she asked that the family hanai that baby to her, which is our Hawaiian word for adoption. And so they hanai'd the child to the grandmother, who raised Aunty Mahi in the old way, in the old traditions, teaching her the ways of healing, of assessment, and of diagnosis. Generally, a chosen one would stay with the master practitioner. They were the awakened masters, the kahuna. And you would stay with that master, that kahuna, until you became the source, until you became the kumu. Sometimes this would be 20 or 30 years of learning. One of our Hawaiian proverbs shares that a ohe pau ka ike ika halau ho'okahi. All learning doesn't come from one school. Knowledge comes from many sources. In order to reach a level of mastery, the chosen one would be taken to different family members who held the different teachings necessary to become a master of yourself. The ancient teachings would be passed this way from elder to child over time to ensure the integrity of the teachings so that they would remain intact for future generations. When I say that Lomi Lomi was always family work, it was the elders who were working on the women that were in their birthing years, helping them to reposition the womb so that they could easily be ready to conceive, assisting them through the birthing years and supporting them to come back into alignment after the great opening, after the child was born. They also did Lomi Lomi work on babies. The children themselves were walking on their parents' back when they came out of the taro patch or off of the canoe, and this was the way. When I asked my Aunty Mahilani Poi Poi, what does the word Lomi Lomi mean? She shared with me that Lomi Lomi was the act of lovingly massaging salt into the body of your loved one who had passed away. In this way, the salt is used to purify, for purification on the journey into the next realm, and to clear and clean anything from this place that had happened, to prepare the body as well for burial. They would massage the flesh in order that it would easily be removed from the bones, because the bones would be preserved by the family. It was a way for the the breath, to return to the body from the ancestral realm to this one. The bones were very important to the Hawaiian people, our iwi, because our iwi are where the Hawaiians believe your mana is stored, your life force, your soul essence. All of the soul stories from time immemorial, histories stored there in your DNA. So today, when we offer Lomi Lomi, holding a loving space for someone as if they're our mother, grandmother, sister, brother, elder, child, we connect like family down to the level of the bones so that they can release whatever blocks are in their path and walk further toward purifying the way for their healing journey to unfold. I was told that Lomi also has roots in both hula and lua. Hula was our form of honoring the ancestors, our form of storytelling of what had happened through the ages. Hula was a very spiritual dance connected to the ancestors and to the great ancestor or source. It would have taken someone with very, very certain physique, very much strength and discipline to duhula. The movements would have been connected to the earth, the sky, and everything in between. Lua is our martial art form. Our martial art form is a way of achieving a certain level of, again, self-mastery. The Lua warriors would be chosen from the finest hula dancers because they already would have had all of the elements present physically and spiritually. As you can imagine, perhaps the Shaolin monks in China also had that level of discipline and spirituality. It was about learning how to move their energy, to work with the elements, to work with the breath, to master their own energy so that they can work with someone else's energy. And to this day, the same points that our Lua warriors would have used to disable the body in the old days, those are the same points that we as healers use to open the joints and align the body. It was the warriors who were the healers oftentimes because they were pulling their brothers off the battlefield and putting their bones back into place right then and there. We call that ho'o noho iwi, to reset the joints, or sometimes ha'i iwi, which was needed to actually reset a broken bone. Today you'll see that these roots are very prominent throughout all styles of Lomi Lomi. Lomi styles today are as vast and broad as the number of families or clans where these teachings were held in protective secrecy until our recent opening that happened in the mid-70s. Although there are common threads within the Lomi traditions, they are also quite distinct from one another. What I can tell you is similar throughout. Different practitioners of Lomis, despite the different families that they were in, use their body in a certain way to create longevity in the practice. Many of my teachers were between 60 and 80 years old and still practicing. We move from our center, we warm the body through the layers, we assess the physical body intuitively. In the Lomi Lomi art form that we teach here at Ho'omana, we have incorporated 6 different lineages of teachings from all of my teachers. It is really a combination style that incorporates many, many different aspects of the Lomi tradition. We move with long flowing strokes using our forearms, knees, sticks, stones, our feet to eventually warm the body and loosen the joints enough and the attachments around the joints enough that the joints will fall easily and gently into alignment. The idea is that if you bring the body into alignment physically, that emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, the bodies will also align. This will bring about an energetic of what we call lokahi, of a oneness, of unity. And that's really what Lomi Lomi is all about.